So for the majority of my life, I wasn't in shape. I was a chubby kid and a skinny fat teenager. Feelings of not being enough and not liking myself usually took over me and I had to deal with it. So how did I deal with it? Social media, video games. And it did help soothe the pain in the moment, but it really never went away. So in the summer of 2022, the magical year as I recall it, this was the year where I decided to face that demon, face the fact that it was my fault and no one else's that I was out of shape. So the weight of that realization was heavy. It felt like a burden. But on the flip side, it gave me a sense of control. If this shitty situation was because of me, then I can cause another kind of situation where I'm in control of the future. So that was the start of a fun and rewarding fitness journey. Looking back, the journey looks fairly simple, but when I was in the thick of it, I needed various ways to stay consistent. As Charlie Morgan states, results are guaranteed, speed isn't. So, why can't you stay consistent? Number one, your goals aren't personal. For me, the biggest reason that I got in shape was because that goal came from within. And I know that sounds all woo woo. I hated how I looked. I genuinely hated how I looked. And as cliche as it sounds, when you choose to achieve a desire that comes from deep within, you have what they call a why. And if you don't know why achieving a specific goal would benefit you, then why would you put up with the suffering that comes along with achieving a goal? Achieving your goals will not be an easy task. It'll come with bumps along the way, and for you to stick with it, you do need a solid why. So why that goal? Why do you want that? Why suffer to achieve something like that? And here's another mistake. People think that their why needs to be grand. Wrong. It has to be personal. When you start off, it doesn't matter if it's shallow. When I started at the gym, I just wanted to look better and I wanted validation. That was it. That's what drove me. And it changed as I changed, but that's what gave me the initial energy to act. You know? And sure, it may sound bad to be like, oh, it's fine to, have a shallow why. But there are desires within you, and you need to acknowledge that if you want that initial boost of energy. And that's where your reason probably comes from in the beginning. That's where it came from for me. So number two, you cannot sit with your negative emotions for shit. See, I might be butchering this quote, but it's very insightful. Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG on YouTube and other social media platforms. Feeling negative emotion is a feature, not a flaw. So we're in the age of escapism. Instead of using negative emotions and understanding them, we treat them like the boogeyman and run from it. See, negative emotions are just feedback signals. That's it. And they're very good drivers of change. The thing the thing you've always wanted. If you can use negative emotions, then you get the thing you want. See, these days, every time we feel bad about something or there is, you know, this uncomfortable feeling within, we reach for our phones. And I'm guilty of it too. This is advice for me. So have you tried to understand where that emotion or that feeling comes from? Why are they even there? See, can you sit and appreciate how beautiful the human body is? When there's something bothering you, it processes it and it sends you signals saying you got to change this. Like you don't feel good about it, you have to change it. It's giving you the push that you need. And unfortunately, we choose to run from it, right? So if it weren't for me feeling like I wasn't enough and like not feeling like I don't like myself, how I looked, I wouldn't have gotten in shape. So stop looking for reasons outside, stop asking for other people's opinions, and listen to yourself for once. You've ignored yourself for so long, and now you wonder why you can't trust yourself, why you always ask for someone else's opinion. This is where you'll get clear answers. of what needs to change and why. Negative emotions are strong drivers of change. Use them, don't run from them. Number three, why you can't stay consistent. Expectations. Let me ask you the silly question. Would you expect a baby to run as soon as it's born? So why would you expect yourself to be good when you start something new? See, I'm not saying you won't get there. The baby will get there too. The baby will get to the point where it starts running. But you're not mad at the baby for not being able to run. You know? Why would you do that to yourself? We need positive feedback to be consistent. We want to know that what we're doing is working. See, that creates a positive feedback loop, because if you're doing something and you're seeing the results that you want, that's a positive feedback loop. You do something, you get what you want. And then you're reinforced to do it more. So we want to create that. So here's what you do. You take a big goal you want to achieve and you break it down into smaller goals. And now I know your ego is already like screaming, saying, "Oh no, I'm special though. I'm special. I'm not like others. I can do this. I can do this." Shh. We've been down this road multiple times. This is where you make sure you experience positive feedback along the way. See, you're gonna get to that goal, but to get to that goal, there are probably steps that you can't skip. It's like the baby. The baby is gonna be born. It's gonna learn how to. Well, I don't know the whole process, but it's gonna probably learn how to sit on his back. Then probably learn how to sit on his stomach. Then probably learn how to crawl. Then learn how to sit up, balance his head. There's steps to it, and you can't skip those steps. You know. So let's talk about the gym. So when I started, I did not want the physique I have right now. Sure, it's nice to have it, and I like goals change as you change, and as you achieve smaller goals, you want to achieve bigger goals, right? When I started, I just wanted this shoulder separation, right? Shoulder and arm separation. That's all I wanted. I saw that on a friend. I was like, yes, I want that. That's why I'm going to the gym, and that drove me. It didn't take that long to get it, so that's a positive reinforcement. I did something. I said I wanted something, and I did something. I got what I wanted, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually fun because I can get what I want." You know, so I'm just using the gym as an example, but you can really apply this to anything. Take a big goal in your head and break it down. Don't try to attempt the big goal. Charlie Morgan says you don't achieve goals, you achieve characters. What does he mean by that? See, the goal that you have, the big goal in your mind, there's probably someone out there who's doing it very easily. Your goal is not to achieve that goal, but to become the someone who can achieve that goal. For you to have broad shoulders, a big demon back, and big juicy titties, right? You probably have to become someone who has a good sleep schedule, trains very hard in the gym, you know, takes his diet or her diet very seriously, and you probably have to be doing that for quite a while for you to achieve what and that's fine. See, the biggest objection I hear when people want to go to the gym or still want to start in the gym is, "Oh my God, it's gonna take so much time," and it's like, bruh, you not doing it is not pausing time too. So might as well be on be in a better position when the time does like pass. You're not gonna stop time by not doing shit. Very simple, right? See, Dr. K again, Healthy Gamer GG. I love that guy. He has this. I saw it on Diary of a CEO podcast with Dr. K, and he was like the 25% rule, right? You take the big goal, you break it down by 25%. You take that goal and break it down by 25%. So, and that's your starting goal. That's what you aim to achieve. And I know your ego's like, "Oh, that's too small for me." I already hear that, and I can't. You just gotta start small. Like you can't expect to be, the LeBron James of something when you just started, and he started somewhere too. Make it make sense. When we begin, we have to choose battles that we can win. That's how you get stronger. When you start a new game, you're not gonna be a level 1 hero, and you're not gonna go fighting a level 30 demon or something. Whatever the games have these days. Don't rush to the dragon lair. If you're a level 1 soldier, start off somewhere near your farm. You're gonna get there. Don't skip steps. You're gonna get there. Take it slowly. Smaller goals. You're gonna get there eventually. So steps to staying consistent. Identify what you want. Sit with yourself. Go for a walk. Listen to yourself. Journal. Those negative emotions that have been inside of you, listen to them. Try to understand them. Like, genuinely, just try to have a conversation with those emotions. Ask them why they're there. I don't know. I low-key feel like a psychopath, but that's what I do. Like, if I'm feeling bad, I genuinely try to talk to it. I say, why are you here? It sounds a bit cuckoo, but it works. If it ain't work, don't fix it. Whether the reason is superficial or grand, it doesn't matter. You have to identify what you want, and other people can't give it to you, because that's when you need all that discipline, that motivation, and all that. If you want something, if you desire something, I don't see why you can't get it, but you have to want it. And I'm not saying you have to want a physique that's really impressive and all that. If you want it, that's cool. Free will, baby. Like, choose. You get to choose what you want. Success is the slow, progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Someone said that. I don't know who, but someone said that. And that worthy ideal is for you to decide, no one else. Like, no one else can give you that worthy ideal. Sure, your parents and your friends, your teacher, they can be like, oh, this, that. Nah, but you have to choose that. You have to choose what that worthy ideal is. If it comes from within and if it's personal, then you're on the right path. Step 2, break the big goal down. Let go of your ego and choose battles you can win. I'm telling you, if you do that, you're gonna fast track everything. Don't go to the gym expecting to bench press 100 kilos. Even I can't do that right now. Why? Because I don't want to do that. But start with 10 kgs. That's where we all started. That's where I started. I had to start with 5 kilo dumbbell bench press. And slowly you add more to the bar. You add more kilos to the bar. You got to build yourself from the ground up. There's no shame in trying. No one's looking. You just got to do it. You just got to let loose. Do your thing. No one's looking, bro. Trust me, no one's looking. Step number 3, you got to act and iterate. No amount of research is going to get you what you want. Let's get straight to the point. You don't want to be stuck in the research stage. You'll never feel like you're 100% ready. The best time to really start is right now. Like, I know it sounds cliche. You've seen that on Instagram, you've seen that on TikTok. But the best time to start is genuinely right now. If you want to start going to the gym, start. If you want to start writing, start. See, I was stuck in the research stage for the longest time, and it doesn't help, because you're like, so I already know what's happening in your mind. You're like, oh, I've heard about people saying that you're going to face these kind of problems as you go down the path that you're going. So I'm going to read on that. I'm going to research on that so I don't have to face that problem. Listen, problems are good. Obstacle is the way. Ryan Holiday, right? Obstacle is the way. Problems are good. When you when you face a certain problem, that's where you do the research. You try to fix it. If you can't fix it, then you go to other people. I'm not saying don't read, don't do. I'm saying don't be stuck in this stage. Trust that. You have to trust that you're gonna learn things along the way. You gotta try and iterate. You gotta keep note of what's working and what's not. If it's broke, fix it. If it ain't broke and if it's working for you, you don't have to listen to other people. If it's working for you, do it. Keep doing it. See, everyone's different, and you have to find what works for you. See, no one's gonna know the formula to you. Only you know that something's working for you. Only you know. So for you to figure that out, you have to try and iterate, try, fail, iterate. Failure is not personal, bro. It's just saying, this is not the way that works for you. You know, you have to try, you have to fail, and then you have to reflect on what went wrong and change that. Advice online, take it with a grain of salt. Learn from others, but don't get attached to one process. Be like, this guy did it this way, so I have to do it this way. This guy and you, very different people, very different experiences. You can't copy and paste this shit. You have to figure it out. You have to play. Just F around and find out. That's the best simple way I can say it. F around and find out. It's a process finding what works for you. And when you find it, you have to double down. Okay? So act and iterate. Step number 4, and the final step, make it fun. Have you ever realized that you perform the best when you're in a state of play? Let's say you're playing basketball, right? So back at home, we had like tournaments, and then we have like normal games. We're just playing around. I would play better when I'm just playing with my cousins and all that. Why? Because the stakes aren't high, expectations aren't high. You're just playing. But the tournament, you have to win. You have to win. That's pressure. Sure, pressure is good, but if you can feel like you're in a state of play when there's pressure, that's probably the best case scenario. But if you can't, just try to make it fun. Like, really think about it. Like, you perform your best when you're in a state of play. When you didn't care about anything but what was in front of you. There's a child in you. Let that child go crazy. Don't restrict it. Just have fun. And I think that is genuinely the secret to excelling at a rate where people don't understand what the hell is happening. You're just like, oh my God, that girl is just like improving, getting better. And here's another perspective to making it fun. You can choose to have fun. I feel like having fun is really just the mindset. Try this next time. Tell yourself that you're going to have fun when you're doing something and see what happens. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.